Cochabamba. It's a great day, as it tends to be in January here in Cochabamba. I've been here several years now, but it's time to leave. I'm out of here. So I'm shooting this in the first week of January 2023, and my plan is tomorrow to leave. I'm gonna leave with my car. I'm gonna move to Tarija, towards the border of Argentina, and it's about 16 hours drive, I think. I don't know, effectively maybe a bit less, maybe 12 or 14. I know that the bus takes 16 hours and it takes a couple of breaks. So I'm gonna do it in 2 days, that's the plan. I'm gonna sleep in a hotel in one of the cities halfway. There are 3 different routes, I think, more or less, you can take. 3 different cities that are kind of halfway. Uyuni, Potosi, I think, and Sucre. I kind of like Sucre. I wouldn't mind to stay there for a night, particularly if I have good enough time to, you know, walk around a little bit, go out and have dinner and so on. But I'll probably go via Potosi. That's the route the bus takes. So I think I'm gonna inquire a little bit more, but I think that's the best route to take. So it's gonna be interesting. Today I'm preparing everything. I'm gonna load my car. I'm gonna send some stuff. I have already sent a couple of furnitures and things. And today I'm gonna send my motorbike with a transport company, and I'm gonna send a few more things. And yeah, just get everything together, clean out my little apartment, pack my little van, and I'm out of here. So maybe find it interesting if you're considering making a road trip here in Bolivia. I haven't made so many road trips here, city to city actually. When I got my motorbike, I thought I was going to take, you know, do much more exploration, go for longer trips on the motorcycle, but didn't do that. I made a lot of day trips in the mountains around here, around Cochabamba, and I kind of was happy with that. So this is the first longer road trip. It's gonna be interesting, so tag along. Right, now I'm gonna bring all this various protective material to wrap around and protect my motorbike, because I'm gonna go send my bike now to Tarija. Yeah, if we can fire this thing up. Arrancar. Oh yeah, here we go. It's not supposed to be easy, eh? On the way here I got a punctured tire on the way to the transport company. So luckily there's a repair shop just opposite. So just fix this little obstacle and the bike is on its way. Finally, that bike is all packed up and ready to be shipped. Now I just have to go back to my apartment, get everything else packed. Yeah, you're frustrated, man. Yeah, we get it. Okay. thermos with coffee, cool drinks and other food, sandwiches for the trip. And car is getting ready. Friend helped me put my big bed mattress in place. Oh, here's my little desk. Just trying to squeeze everything into the car now, everything I still have here. Get a couple of hours sleep and take off in the morning. 7:30 a.m. in the morning. I've been driving now 1.5 hours from Cochabamba. Started at 6 a.m. So I'm driving towards Oruro, and I just made a little pit stop here to check the bed on the on my roof. Yeah, it looks good. And I also want to stop regularly to check the heating, the cooling liquid, that it's not overflowing. I think this car, this little Chinese car, has a tendency to lose water from the cooling system when you drive for a long time. It's not getting overheated or anything, you just have to keep monitoring it. But it looks good so far, so I'm gonna keep going towards Oruro.
A propósito, para quienes siempre están pendientes de primer viernes, que la cuadrita y tantas cosas, hoy primer viernes del año, primer viernes todos no.
We have been climbing now for quite a while. It's been quite an ordeal actually. For my little car here, this car has a very small engine, but here comes another climb soon on this hillside.
Estaremos acompañando con música, datos importantes y por supuesto información.
Should be around 2 hours before Oruro right now. Just saw a sign here that we are 4,000 meters above sea level. So we're on very high altitude. These little villages are sometimes located on the hilltops. It's strange with these infrastructure projects sometimes that you come across. So now we're on a mountain ridge. We're like, probably still almost 4,000 meters above sea levels, and I passed a little one of these little payment stations, road toll stations, and then suddenly I was on this beautiful highway. Look at this beautiful 2-lane highway, and it's like, doesn't really make any sense. Of course we're approaching Oruro, we're approaching the city, but this is just a short part of the road between Cochabamba and Oruro, and it's we have about 1 hour left to Oruro, and this road, I mean the other end of this road where we come from is just a mountain top pretty much. It's just a mountain top. But of course, maybe they're doing it stepwise, step by step. So maybe they're gonna, maybe the idea is to have this kind of quality of the road all the way between Oruro and Cochabamba, eventually. And there's also this, when we struck this really good road, it says, here it says 60 kilometers an hour. On some places it says 40 kilometers an hour or 50. And in one place it said it said that there were some speed detection device, so cameras or something detecting speed. So it's weird, they are really enforcing low or moderate speed on when the road became this nice. At the same time we had to everybody had to slow down. Yeah, a bit strange. Anyway, it's kind of spectacular scenery here. Very high, very three-dimensional scenery here. But not a lot of vegetation. You see the mountains here are really dry and hardly even any bushes on the hills here. But it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see Oruro. Wow, this place is called La Cumbre, the summit, and it said that the elevation here is 4,400 meters above sea level. They had a little chapel there. So yeah, this is some legit altitude. It's interesting here with this beautiful infrastructure. This, this highway we're on this kind of altitude. Llamas there on the hillside. I don't know if it's visible on this video. They're like little dots on the hillside. Llamas or maybe lambs. I think they're llamas. I spotted some llamas right by near the road. And there are also warning signs for llama crossings. Even though the car is packed with gear, everything I own pretty much, I have sent a lot of stuff also, for bigger furnitures and stuff, and my motorcycle of course. But I have it on one side of the car, so even though it's this packed, I actually have space to sleep in the car. On one side I put some bean bags and cushions and stuff that I wanted to bring, and on top of that some camping mattresses, so I can actually sleep on that side of the car, squeeze in. And I did that last night, so I cleaned out my apartment, left the keys to my apartment, so I slept in my parking space, or my parking garage. I slept in the car last night, woke up early and started the journey at 6 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, but this night I probably won't do that. I probably will stay in a hotel. Just have to find a safe place to park the car, like a hotel garage or something. So that's one of the reasons I hope not to arrive too late. So I'm gonna be in Potosi. That's where I'm going. Probably spend the night. We'll see. Approaching Oruro. What is that, the prison? This scenery reminds me of the game Borderlands. Something post-apocalyptic about this place, I think, so far. But I thought that the city would be a nice one. Maybe the city center is really nice and picturesque. So, I mean, they have like festivals and stuff here, and people go here, and it can't be like this all over the place. Oh my god. Well, let's check it out. So I'm leaving Oruro, and very strange landscape here actually. It's like we have some sort of swampy or some sort of lake, I don't know, or swampy field here. It's just steaming. It's not really hot, the weather, but it's steaming from this. I don't know if that comes through on this video. It's steaming from the field here. And yeah, speaking of that, we're sort of approaching, I think, the area of Bolivia where this famous Salar de Uyuni is located, where they have these salty deserts, like high altitude salt, really weird landscape. So a lot of tourists go there to check it out. I'm not going that route now exactly, but it's just so, it's kind of would be on a tangent from this route that I'm taking now. So it's not so far away from here, but I don't have the time right now. Anyway, Oruro was another place for me to stick around. I just did some internet things when I had a little bit better internet reception, and I had a little lunch break, and moving on now towards Potosi. So we're probably 2 hours now southeast bound from Oruro, and check this out. I mean, the landscape has been like this all the time, just flat, but pretty nice in the sense that we make mileage. You know, it's a pretty good road, and not so much traffic, and it's quite very straight and no inclination. So we make good mileage, but now we hit this thing here. Looks like a lake, looks like a dry lake. So yeah, and I think on the map I saw that there's a big lake here when we pass a little bit, when we have made some mileage past Oruro. Yeah, looks like a big dried out lake bed. A little bit like that Salar de Uyuni. When I've seen, I haven't been there, but I've seen it on videos, and it's a little bit like this, but it's of course consistently just a bed of salt. This is, oh, here's actually a little railroad also. Interesting, a little railroad track. Not a lot of those in Bolivia. There's hardly any railroad operating in Bolivia. There are some like rail buses operating in some areas. Maybe that's here actually. I don't know. Could be. Maybe it's this one. This is some legit wasteland. Look at this. No trees. Why are there no trees growing here? Is it because of the altitude? I don't know. Because I mean, large part of Bolivia used to be very sparsely populated with trees, but as I understood, they planted trees. You know, I know for a fact that they did that in a lot of the areas around Cochabamba. Like some decades ago, they had a lot of forestation and tree plantation, and there were forests established with various kinds of trees. But it's so odd that there's nothing that will like naturally just come and establish itself here. Now that truck is the first vehicle I have encountered for like 40 minutes. There's been no one else. Even if I'm taking the main route between, two of the somewhat big cities in, or I don't know, big cities, but yeah, between Oruro and Potosi. Now, so one thing you would not want to experience, of course, is being stuck here. Imagine having a motor failure or something, and I just being stuck out here. I mean, there are traffic, there are vehicles passing. It's rare that you drive for like 20 minutes or more without even seeing a house. But now I've been doing that. Okay, here are some llamas, I think. Yeah, and it's actually some sort of village. Oh, I gotta be careful now. Yeah, that's a big herd of llamas right here. Oh, that's nice. Tons of llamas here. Wow. This is a legit llama farm. And there are some crossing the road over there ahead. So I have to be careful here. Respectful of these animals. Look at these. Wow. Look at these guys. Amazing. And look at this little chapel here. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. A little solar farm there to supply with some energy. That's good. I don't think I have cell phone coverage here though. I mean, that's one more thing here. A lot of I'd say main parts of the distances between the cities here, we do not have cell phone coverage. So when I left Oruro, for example, or when I passed some place, I tried to start listening to some podcast, but I just lose it after a little while. More llamas. It was pretty nice, but some trees wouldn't hurt. But I mean, who am I to ask for trees? I'm sure there's a good reason there are no trees here. I'm probably approaching like 7 hours of effective driving today, since I left Cochabamba in the morning. And I have probably passed 7 or maybe 6 or 7 peajes. What is that? Toll station or road tax payment stations. So you do have to pay to use the roads here for some places, but it's very little. It's max $1 each time, and I mean that's no different from what you have in other countries. I mean, driving in the States, some places anyway. But it's very, very little money, and you have to keep, or you should. It's good if you keep the tickets you get, because you might get the next one for free. So I talked to the guys and I asked them if my tickets are still valid. So I paid. I had 3 little receipts. I had 3 little tickets, and I got past a few of them by showing the old ones. And they're very friendly. They're really nice. That's great when you're all alone and you're just totally lost, and you don't really know so much about the system here and what to expect. I mean, when they talk to you, the people who work in these places, they've been really nice to me. And I always like when people talk to you and they call you estimado. I think that's a beautiful custom. Oh, here's some bird of prey. Probably some vulture or something. I don't know if you can see it on the video. Yeah, it's probably just a little vulture. And here I'm actually meeting a truck again. All right. hours here approaching Potosi. Should have about 1 more hour now to Potosi. Yeah. And it's raining, but it's not so bad. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, let's stop here. This is like a... Why don't we just stay here and shoot some video? Look at this. This is a pretty big, pretty decent river down here. There you go.
Keep left.
Yeah. Raining, but not too bad actually. Just have to be a little bit careful. There are some potholes in the roads too, here and there, so yeah, I have to be really careful. Yeah, let's keep driving. Let's get there. Wasn't as close as I thought to the city of Potosi apparently, but the landscape really changes character here. Very interesting place. Oh dude, so tired. I took a hotel here in Potosi. I actually made a mistake. When I came to the city here, I looked at the map and I just tried to figure out so where are the best hotels located. Because I thought, hey, I'm gonna treat myself with a pretty good hotel where I can park my car safely in the garage, and I can take a hot bath and a good breakfast and stuff. So I saw that in the center of the city, there's like a cluster of a hotel that were like not really budget hotels, a little bit better. So I just went in there by the GPS, but it turned out that the center of the city, it's on a hill. It's on a very, very high hill, and it was a very high inclination. And with my little van, oh man, I almost got stuck because it's so heavily loaded and it has such a small motor. And oh, that was a bad idea. And almost all roads up there are like really narrow alleys. Very beautiful, actually. Very nice place for tourism, for just spending a day or so walking around if you ever get to Oruro. No, I'm not even in Oruro, in Potosi. Roads, all these one-way streets were going against me, and they were just keeping taking me higher and higher up that hill. So eventually I got down hills again, and I got to one of these much more simpler motels, where just at the entrance to the city, and they don't actually. I don't even have a garage. But it's a parking space. Enclosed. It's the car's not gonna be robbed. I'm just more worried about being burglared. But yeah, keep my fingers crossed. Okay, so continue tomorrow. Gotta get some sleep. Okay, so now it's 5:50 in the morning, and I am so out of here. I'm so out of Potosi. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go and get the car. I got a good night's sleep in the hotel anyway. That was a good thing. So here are my 3 important bags with my most critical belongings, computers and stuff. Could not leave in the car, obviously. Now I'm gonna skip the hotel breakfast. I'm just gonna go and tell them to go and open up where I have the car parked. And I found something really good. When I cleaned up my kitchen yesterday, I found these Nescafe. Put them in my pocket because I could foresee that they would come in useful. Because even if you're not really into Nescafe, coffee is sometimes a scarce resource here in Bolivia. And now I'm skipping the breakfast. In other places you might think, hey, let's just get in the car and drive and get a coffee on the road somewhere. Forget about that in Bolivia. As soon as you leave the big city, no coffee. Imagine having several hours driving in front of you and starting to get this caffeine abstinence, starting to get these headaches and stuff. These are gonna save my day. I'm just gonna ask the hotel staff to fill up my thermos and let's get out of here. Already broad daylight here, 6 a.m. Should have left 1 hour ago. So now I've just checked some fluid levels in the cars. Looks good. Arranged with my little extra internet here. I have 2 internet providers, one on my phone and then this one. They tend to both tap out at the same time pretty much though, as soon as you leave the city. But so just gonna go and hand in the keys and fill up my thermos and good to go. Mi carnet tiene así. Todavía. Aquí llavecito. ¿Qué cosa? Ah, el control del cuarto. Hay que controlar, ¿no? Ah, sí, sí. Creo que. ¿Ah? Ah, el control, el remoto. Sí. Ah, sí, está arriba. Sí, está. Sí, claro que sí. ¿Quieres que lo llevo? Sí. Guy. Transformer. It's been actually really beautiful the drive, like the first hour after Potosi. It was a bit messy to get out of the city, but really beautiful drive. And well, you can see now the trees start appearing more and more, landscape changes. My GPS, I use Waze right now and it tells me I have like only a bit more than 4 hours to Tarija. Sounds much better than I thought. I was expecting like 8-hour drive today, but that would sum up to a total of 5 hours, Potosi to Tarija. Let's see. I'm in no stress. Gotta stop and eat something I think today. Yesterday I had only sandwiches that I had prepared and brought. Today I think I'm gonna stop and eat something. Main thing is I got my coffee. I'm so happy that the car behaves good now, because I kind of abused it a couple of times there in Potosi. I wouldn't want to get stuck on this trip with some motor problem, particularly since I'm so overloaded. What if I would have to have somebody look at anything on my car and have to sort of unload everything that I have in it? Really messy. No, because I kind of abused the clutch when I was struggling to get through the inner city of Potosi with its little alleys with really steep inclinations. At one point I had traffic behind me and I was really stressed out to sort of climb a little alley there, really steep. And I abused the clutch to the point that I smelt it. I could smell burnt clutch, not good. And after that I could feel that the clutch was sliding a little bit also when it was overheated. So but fortunately it was all good. Today I had to exit the city of Tarija. I had to do some really steep climbs also, and no issues, so that was fine. And also I got stuck in another place when I was exiting the hotel, I had sort of driven up on kind of an elevated sidewalk, and to get down to the street again, I had to drive on these wedges, these sort of cement wedges, to be able to exit with a vehicle. And I sort of assessed that to be alright for my vehicle, but it wasn't. I should have. It was for vehicles with even better ground clearance. This one has pretty good ground clearance, but I got stuck. My car was hanging on that. My car was hanging on that sidewalk thing, but I managed to push it off, and yeah, it seems like it's doing okay. So yeah, I'm just happy everything works fine. And look at these roads, fantastic. I love this driving. Might stop soon and get a bite to eat somewhere. To ride with a motorbike too. One thing that a lot of Bolivians comment when they talk about Tarija is that it's cleaner than a lot of the rest of Bolivia, and you can already see that here. Passing these little villages, man, you don't see plastic bottles and plastic bags everywhere by the roadside. It's just clean already. It's something about this part of the country. They have it more in their culture, it seems, to keep clean and tidy. Very nice. Very nice. These roads are awesome. It's a little river. Now we're gonna pass a little river here. Let's see if there's some water in it. We are in rain season now, so there should be some. Oh no, not hardly any. Well, the rains have been a bit slow this year. It's a bit different every year. We're in January, beginning of January, and we have until March or April before we can assess and really say if it has been a dry year or not, because the rains might come. They might come very suddenly and very intensively during a couple of weeks. Any time now, we'll see. At least that's the way it works in Cochabamba. Maybe it's different here, but I suppose the water in the rivers are kind of the same. I mean, the water flow comes from up there, I think, and flows down here. Yeah, the cool thing with Tarija is when you live there, it's easier to make road trips to Argentina and Paraguay, to the neighboring countries on that side. Particularly to Argentina, I think it's only like 3 hours to the border. So that would be interesting too. ¿Hay comida? ¿Qué hay?
Hay sopita, ají de fideo, ají de carne picante.
Ají de fideo, tal vez, sí. ¿Qué tiene el ají de fideo? ¿Es con carne?
Carne picante.
Picadito. Sí, por favor. Oh, check this out. Oh, that was awesome. Got some food in that little village. Very friendly people. And yeah, there's a noticeable difference. If you're used to, or somewhat used to driving and traveling in other parts of Bolivia, particularly where I've been, mainly around Cochabamba and so on, it is much cleaner here, indeed. There's not so much garbage by the roadsides. There is some, but there's a noticeable difference, really. That's very nice, actually. Made a little stop by the roadside just to change clothes. I gotta put on shorts. Got really warm and sunny. Last a chance to stop and check out this little creek here. That was a beautiful drive in that canyon. I gotta go down to this creek and oops. Oh man, look at this. So that's also one thing with Tarija that's a bit different from many other parts of Bolivia. It's a little bit more, or else it's a little bit less dry. It's a little bit more water in the creeks, and there are some lakes and waterfalls and stuff where you can go swimming. Many parts of Bolivia, they have these big rivers and creeks, but they're all dried up. Oh, that's a picaflor, that's a hummingbird. I don't know if you can see it. Try to get closer. I don't know where it went. Yeah, lots of In many parts of Bolivia, you know, there are these big riverbeds and stuff, but they're like dried out 90% of the time until suddenly they're just flooded. So they're even dried out or flooded. You don't see this so much in where I come from, in Cochabamba area. This is nice, like crystal clear, steady water flow. Beautiful. Let's keep going. No llamas anymore. I didn't see a llama since, I saw a llama maybe 2-3 hours driving from here. Or a bunch of llamas. Now there I can see mainly goats by the roadside and some pigs. Passed a really nice little town just like an hour ago. It's called Camargo. So that little town is should be about 3 hours before Tarija, and it was really cute. It was like a little I would call it a town, more than a village, certainly, on both sides of a riverbank, and it had some businesses, you know, some bodegas de vino, some little pensions with swimming pools, and I stopped because they had a gas station there too, and just really nice. The vibe here, you can feel it. The vibe here is a bit different. You're leaving the Andes and we're going towards the wine district. Really nice. This place doesn't look so interesting though. It's kind of stressful last couple of days in Cochabamba, since this trip is really my exodus. It's me moving out from Cochabamba, where I've been living a couple of years, let's put it that way. And it's been good, but I'm stoked to go to Tarija. It's gonna be great. I had to finish up a lot of things over there, and I also had some concerns for the car. I had the car inspected for the cooling system, which has been overflowing actually once really significantly, and another time also, but only a tiny bit that time. But apparently those issues don't occur on this kind of long trips. The engine has kept really cool, and the water has been staying inside the enclosed system, so no problem. I think I don't have to worry about that actually. Particularly now, since I'm moving away from the mountains, from the Andes, the driving up there is much more tough for the car. One thing I didn't have time to fix was the mirrors. Somebody took the mirrors from my car. So new ones were ordered. I have the car insured, but I didn't have time to wait for the new mirrors to arrive at the repair shop there in Cochabamba. So I have to have them redirected here. But I've gotten used to these small ones I put in place. I thought it was actually a neighbor, somebody who I had an argument with the night before about his dogs. I thought he had popped out my mirrors just to sort of instead of talking to me, just to send me some sort of message. But I don't know. I was told that people steal mirrors in Cochabamba. They do. I don't know why they do that. A lot of mirrors, rear view mirrors disappearing apparently. So I might keep these. I don't know if it's the same in Tarija there, because I never left the car out overnight on the streets. But so this happened during daytime. I had it parked outside the house during daytime. So I don't know. I got used to these little ones, and they're not prone to get stolen. So that's fine. Almost there. Just stopped for my last break to pee and to stretch my legs here before entering the outskirts and the urban area of Tarija. Quite windy now. The wind is picking up. A lot of cactus here. You can see there's a group over there. Let's see, what did I see? Yeah, over there. Alright, so it's about 6 hours now since I arrived in Tarija, and this is where I'm gonna stay right now, for a while anyway. So I've cleaned the car, I haven't unpacked everything yet, I have relaxed and rested, and I celebrated my arrival with some local wine, chocolate wine, and doing some barbecue, okay? So all good, we're in Tarija. Thanks for watching.